uncrushable amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. But my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. But my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but tonight it's sold out, where we're talking sneaker content, man. So if you haven't been living under a rock, we're going to be talking the Nike CEO, John Donahoe, was replaced by Elliott Hill. So pretty much Nike CEO has stepped down, which will determine if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Will we see some changes? And then I want to give an update on James Whitner forfeits 1.2 million in federally seized cash. Now, James Whitner, just a quick familiar for the people who don't know, he is owner of not only I'm My Year, but Social Status. Remember, we broke that story too. But other than that, man, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Where we talk a little bit of everything from sneakers to music, which I know I've been heavily spoken over there. Sports section, you name it, man. If you want to get a way to just contact me and talk to me a little bit faster than just waiting for me to respond in the chat, that can be done as well. But other than that, man, y'all see who got in the building. I'm gonna let my homie go and do his proper introductions.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody, man? I hope everybody having a great Saturday. Um, yeah, we still haven't really had much just dropping, you know. So I guess it's kind of a breather on the weekend. But we still I think we're coming closer to that my year date that we're supposed to get. See that they put some merch on sneakers, so I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be getting those fours, the my year fours on sneakers too. Um,
I won't
so
be
just,
surprised because they
well,
said
they got some merch on there, so it just kind of,
it's
kind of makes
obvious.
sense. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Um, so yeah, if you're gonna go for those, and good luck. Like I said, I think we both spoke that we're just gonna let those go. Um,
Yeah, so
but
no.
yeah, so even so, congrats to the people that have been hitting on the little here and there drops that we have been getting thus far.
Yeah, most definitely. The On My Year stuff, man, those fours, from what I seen, looks like they were. If I'm gonna put it this way, if you wanted them, kind of seems like all you had to do was try. Um,
Fours they dropped already.
yeah, the On My Year. So they dropped. They haven't dropped on sneakers, but they dropped on the On My Year like rap
Oh,
website.
okay.
They did
Oh,
like
okay.
a first come first serve. So they're if they're sold out, they just sold out probably in a matter of like hours ago. Keep in mind they actually dropped. I want to
This
say
was today.
no, they dropped Thursday actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See.
So yeah, they dropped Thursday, and yeah, we seen like who was it? Big Money Sonny in the Sold Out Discord. He actually got a W on them, so he liked them. But a lot of people was basically in the same room that we was, just letting them go. They're not really expressing them. Now, I will say I'm looking forward to those Air Maxes that's supposed to drop. Um, I don't know why, but that's what I really really want. And then like I said, that four, it was just a little too bleachy for me personally. Um, but I do find it ironic, though, as we get on tonight's topics for sure, that the CEOs are actually a lot of CEOs, not just like from Nike, but a lot of the like CEOs are starting to drop and retire all of a sudden. I find it a little ironic. So I feel like there's more than what probably that meets the surface that we'll probably ever know. But other than that, only other release, I think we had the Jordan ones. It was the what am I looking for? The mochas. It was the mocha lows, but they don't look exactly like the mocha highs. So those were dropped today, to the best of my knowledge. If I'm
Oh
not
yeah, because they're mocha lows.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some people said they were like I read through the comment section. A lot of people were feeling them. I don't know if you was feeling them or not. I know you like the original mochas, right?
Yeah.
And then they do a reverse mocha. Then there's like a black mocha. I think they're, in my opinion, a little too much trying to ride the wave of a poor man Travis Scott. Where you know what I'm saying? Because the brown, I feel like I just give that to Travis Scott for some reason.
Yeah.
He used the more earthy tones colorways, which I'm not saying Nike them can't do that, but I feel like that's what they're trying to prey on a little bit. And then we get these lows. I personally wasn't feeling them, but I don't know. I feel like lows can only be pulling off in the summertime too, and I could just be tripping. You know what I mean? But to each their own. So if you got those, salute to that. I don't think I did like a survey or anything like that. In fact, the last survey I did was actually those Foam Pods at the Royals. Y'all saw I just picked those guys up, man. I don't know. I was gonna hold off and try to see if they're gonna get on sale, but I was like, you know what? Well, my luck ain't gonna have my size. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just get it out the way. So I tried them on. I'm gonna drop an on feed video probably within the next couple of days, and then yeah, so we'll go from there. Hope y'all enjoyed the mall vlog. Let's see what we got in the building real quick, and then we'll start on the first topic. I think we'll start with we'll leave the CEO stuff towards the end, far as like Nike and them. But we'll start with James Whitner and them because I feel like that one we can get through kind of pretty good at a nice pace. Looks like Long Beach Joe Jets in the building says, "Let's go." Salutes and respect to Polo Dunks in the chat. What up?
Yo, what's up, my boy?
What up? What up? He says those fours were sitting on my year sites. Those things were available hours after they dropped. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And Dunks didn't even know they dropped. So either just busy or he really wasn't checking for him. But either or,
A little bit of both.
yeah, like it.
Majority leaning more towards the just wasn't checking for them. No, you know.
Yeah, trust me, you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but to the people who do like them, I'll say, you know what? Probably the younger me, I would have probably went for him, But now I don't know what's going over me, man. Um, let's see. Brian Williams says, "What up, Jay Jones? Dunks."
Yo,
So,
what's up, bros?
what up, Brian? Long Beach says, "I'm my year still has the fours available." So there you have it.
Oh wow.
I'm not
Let me see.
surprised.
Well, I'm gonna go actually on the website right now to see.
Yeah, they're on my year website. I'm not surprised, bro. Um, thing is, I'm my year. I'm gonna be honest, they haven't really knocked it out of the park since that first three in 2020, bro. If we're gonna be real about it, um, could they use a little bit more improvement? I don't know. I feel like all they had to do was drop that forward that we anticipated, and we would have been just fine. But then maybe that would have just been too easy, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what they were looking at it. Maybe they wanted to try something different. It took
Uh, it's probably more of one of those. They felt like because that they knocked the threes out the park that they feel like
they can do no
they
wrong.
they just riding that wave. Time, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah, but that ain't
they're
work
riding that
for.
wave.
Yeah, but
And think they still doing stuff on the level of the threes. You know.
they had to know. Like, I mean, okay, maybe because then they dropped that one. It went crazy too. Even though it really wasn't all that, but we still showed up. Um, I will say another team that I feel like also tried to ride that wave off the four and off of that one they did, and then everything else of that has just been trash. And it's who is it? The joints. I think they're based out of Cali. Um, what am I looking for? It'll come to me. But they did the passport dunks too. Damn, who am I?
Union.
There we go, Union. I feel like
Your size is still available for the my year if you want them.
yeah, I'm not surprised. But you think about it, if they're trying to ride that wave, it didn't work for Union. Why would it work for them? You know, to be honest, who was really better if you got to compare the two for like collabs with Nike? Who has the better collab? And that's really kind of almost apples and oranges because I don't think my year's done a three yet. No, not my year, but I don't think
Mischief.
Union. Yeah,
Union. I'll say
Union.
mischief. Union. Yeah.
I can see why you would think that. Ironically, I saw some Mischief them are working on it. You know, they do like the
Wait, mischief. You see, I was gonna pose that the other day too. Do you see most mischief? They now have a high top. I don't even know what you should call that shoe. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I saw it where the toe block squares off.
Yeah,
That
but
joint,
now it's a high top version.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it squares off. I'm like, bro, they just. I don't even want to say they're in their own lane. I think they're just the gimmicky stuff. I don't know. I don't.
But yeah, that's technically their own lane. You know?
I wouldn't have the energy for it, but to each their own. You know, that's just
Yeah,
my
because
whole.
you gotta think just the energy to even like, just the energy and the brain power that you're gonna use to even think outside the box like that is
Yeah,
exhausting. You know?
exactly,
Then
exactly,
to put it into actual reality, you know, and have an actual concept and shit for it, you know.
exactly. I don't get it. I mean, to each their own though. If that's what's making them happy and they're doing their numbers, by all means, do your thing. Um, Long Beach says those fours are cheeks. He says I've never understood the attraction to on my year collabs. They are really bland. They're settled. The threes hit. The black threes don't hit as hard as the white threes, but they still hit. The twos was not it for me. They also did what they did Jordan ones. They was okay. And then what else? Have we seen them? Oh, and I think they've done some Air Force Ones back in the day too. Now I think that's Dunks, more Dunks flavor.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to check those out.
Okay, cool. And then they did one more thing too. I can't even think of it. Before the Jordan one, the airship. They did some airships, I think.
The airships, yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy how I had to remember that one. But to be honest, I guess because a lot of that stuff didn't really stick to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that just is what it is. But let me open up for the first article real quick for the James Whitner real quick, and then we'll transition on to the Nike topic. Should be sharing my screen here. Boom. Says James Whitner concedes 1.2 million in alleged retail scheme. The owner of Social Status walks away from a federal sneaker bust. So I'm assuming this means they made some type of deal, which that's usually how I go when the feds come knocking. Ironically, we know who else the feds have been. I about to say if they've been working for a long time, a lot of their work is starting to come to the forefront, you know, and I'll just leave it right there. It says James Whitner, founder of sneaker retailer the Whitner Group, which includes popular boutiques on my year and social status, has failed to file a claim for nearly 1.2 million in cash that was seized by prosecutors in alleged money laundering operation. So I'm very curious. Now, if you don't know what kind of money laundering, it's kind of like them, like they're. I look at it as like them almost kind of like hiding things. You know what I'm saying? Like way more money than what they're making way more money than what they're actually reporting, right? I assume. Or maybe they're washing clean money too for an underneath scheme that's
Yeah, the money they're making from the fakes, they rewash it with the buying authentic pair of shoes.
got you. So yeah, I just wanted to kind
That's just how I would see it, and that type of, you know, trying to, you know, if we're gonna use an example, that's how I would explain the laundering. You know,
yeah,
the illegal fake money and replacing it with real shoes when obviously their money's coming from um, the fakes. You know,
yeah.
allegedly. You know.
Allegedly, yeah, that definitely nice save right there. So what I'm gonna do real quick, putting us back on the main screen, I just want to Google real quick, like the real like definition, real quick of money laundering. You know what I'm saying? Which we know is illegal, and I know usually money laundering always seem that come up under like what they call the RICO Act, right? Um, which the RICO Act I feel like is not a fair charge because whenever you get that one, I don't think there's nobody been really if people have beat a RICO, they've been super duper
It's
broke
a fair
after.
charge. It's a fair charge. Clearly, I mean, obviously, the Fed's been doing their homework long enough to be like, yeah, this deserves a RICO. So I mean, it's not too fucked up.
True, true. We just got $9.99 donation from Sonny. He said,
Oh,
he says, "What's up,
sunny on the
fellas?"
week is weekend sunny.
He says, "What's up, fellas? The Locks concert last night was super lit." Okay,
Oh
cool,
yeah, that's what's up.
cool, cool, cool. And then we got Devon photos in the building. Says, "Evening, fellas." What up,
Yo, what's
Devon?
up, bros?
What up? What up? But money laundering says it is a process of illegal concealing the origin of money obtained by a split activities such as drug trafficking, undergoing X work, and you can put the S on there if you want to, terrorism, incorporation, embezzlement, and gambling, and converting the funds into seemingly legitimate source, using them for a front for the organization. So, yeah,
Illegal shit. I say. That's what I said. Fake
yeah.
shoes.
Look how much stuff falls up under that. You saw how many commas I read in between there. So it's almost like if you got money laundering, you can almost if that's all you got hit with, I think you may want to go ahead and see if you can cut a deal if you know you can't beat it because
Yeah, laundering. You can most likely get a plea. You know.
yeah. But if you hit with the Rico joint, that means they're
Oh,
Rico.
if you deal with racketeering.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like that's the R in
Oh,
Rico,
the
right?
racketeering. Yeah.
If you get hit with that, that pretty much covers if you damn near jaywalk the wrong way, we can still bust you. You don't really, you know what I'm saying? That's a different ball game. But I just want to give that quick definition of money laundering. It says the news of Whitner Group up the money was first reported by Charlotte, North Carolina based news station WSOC WTV. An entry of default was filed on Tuesday in North Carolina District Court, confirming that the $1,199,533 in cash seized in the apartment of Whitner friend Antoine Freeman among August 17, 2021 has been forfeited to the US. So pretty much, I mean, is it wrong to have that much money physically in an apartment though? You know?
Well, you gotta think, man. Like I don't know. That's a lot of money. Yes. So for one, they're gonna be like, you already know. Like even if you got them, say like this. Let's use it for an example. If you got 100,000 in cash, you walk in and say, "I want to buy this range. I want to buy this. I want to buy this range." You got 100,000 in cash. Even still, you're not gonna be able to take that 100,000 in cash to the dealership because they're gonna still have to. We still gotta fill out some paperwork.
Yeah. And it's going
It
to
ain't what
red
is
flag.
everybody. A lot of people assume it's like Get Rich or Die Trying. How he just walked in, poured poured the money on the table, and the next thing you saw, he was pulling out in the Mercedes. Now,
Nah.
for one, they gonna want to know first off before you even start any type of paperwork.
What do you
We
do?
gotta know where you get this money from.
Yeah.
Where were you able to just walk in with 100,000 in cash?
Right. If
So
you're not, yeah.
cash is king, but it's still probably
So
more paperwork to do behind straight cash than credit.
you're absolutely right. And so one of the signs too, I was told, and this is just I think for the average Joe Schmo, like if the bank see you come in with like, say if you rumors
Hundred
is
thousand. Let's use 100,000 for example.
actually it's a little bit less than that for most banks. If you come in depositing $10,000, say if you do it like every other week, you're gonna send off a red flag
Yeah,
where they
'cause,
got
you're not spending $10,000.
yeah.
So how do you have? You're not spending $10,000 liquid. So how do you got
Yeah.
10,000 in cash?
So that's gonna send off a red flag. So just think about it. If you coming in pulling up 100 million, this is 100, like over a million, like not a
Out of
hundred million,
nowhere
but
at that.
yeah, this is a
We
million
used to be
dollars.
spending. We used to you spending no more than $50 a day, and now
Yeah,
you come in with 100 million cash, even
yeah,
100,000 cash.
yeah, it's 1 million cash. Yeah, so a little over 1 million in cash, which is still a lot of money to have physically, you
Yeah,
know. So
in cash. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's definitely raising red flags wherever you go.
yeah, exactly. So you got to be careful with that. But at the same time, like, well, if they can prove they earned it fair and square, but it's like, okay, well, you got
But
some prove
but
it.
but how? But because like you say, yeah. But like we just talked about, your track record with the bank. clearly shows you barely getting 2,500 deposited on paydays.
And this was in his
Depending on
friends. This was in his friend's apartment. Like James Whitaker is like, okay, maybe he can explain it, but his friend, what the
so
hell did he?
like that's just like you're obviously like me and you. I'm assuming everybody here, your check is going to get deposited every 2 weeks for that pretty much that certain amount or around that amount is like a couple dollars off, still enough consistency to be like, okay, this is what we should expect every 2 weeks, and
Yeah,
now all of a sudden you pop up, hey, I want to deposit 100,000 in cash. you know
yeah. Then I'm like, what the? Hey, yeah.
Hey, we got to get some people on the phone first, and then
All
we
right,
got to
cool. Yeah,
post it
that's
over
whenever
there.
hey, they finna take you. And I got another funny story too. But it's where when you pull up like that, you know you got to go in the back now.
Oh yeah.
But um,
You're talking to the owner of the bank, not the manager. You're talking to the owner.
exactly, different ball game. And so, ironically, my mom had this friend, and you know who they is, but they had when they finally got a lump sum of money up after them trying for so many years of what they were begging for. They got it a check, right? Instead of just depositing it into the bank like any other person, this person literally said, "Boom, I just want to cash it, and I want it all in cash."
Yeah.
And they made him wait a few days before
Oh
they could
yeah.
even do it. And I even put the number out there. Homie had got a $50,000 check and
He
wanted
wanted
all of
it
it.
on cash right then and
Yeah,
there.
just wait till I'm gonna tell you off. I'm gonna tell you offline who it is. But
Bro,
yeah,
like I see at a certain point, I'm think like this. If you like with that much money on you in cash, you losing money. Like you dropping that shit.
they did
You don't know where that shit where. You don't know what you spend it on at that point. Like you don't. You know what I'm saying? The money just falling out your pocket, and you can't even account for it because you just got so much on you.
exactly. And when we found out, and then the sad part is how we knew about it, right? Homie comes over to the house complaining about it, and so my the person that we're talking to were like, "Why would you want it all in cash anyway, dumbass?" We're looking at them like, "You
I
not
mean,
work."
the average person, like us, like the average everyday working person, I don't even think that you can walk into the bank and request 50,000 out, even if you got it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, I don't think they're just gonna hand it over. Like you have to get things signed off and approved.
And they're gonna want to know why
You
you
gotta
need
give a reason.
50,000. Yeah, why do you need 50,000 out at once? We need to literally need to know what this money is going towards.
Yeah. So ironically, I had that asked me only one time, and that was only when we had a family emergency. And I still had a list of reasons, or they wouldn't give it to me, even though we had it, but it really wasn't right. Had me, it was just taking care of business. But yeah, you're right. If you, it's a certain, and the number was much smaller than 50,000. So like, yeah. Like I said, I think the magic number is if you go in there and asking for like 10,000 or even just anything out of your norm. Say if you're spending what 3,000 a month.
I mean, it has to equal up. So, say like if you're putting 3,000, 4,000 in, say if you're putting that in like a week, if you put 4 grand, 3 grand in like every week, then yeah, it will make sense because hey, he's putting money in here weekly that adds up to it would make sense to why he's able to pull out 10 grand if he needs to. But
Yeah,
if you put in let's say the average check is what like 18 to 2 grand every 2 weeks,
yeah,
then every 2 weeks, mind you, then yeah, it's kind of be like, oh, this dude got a regular 9 to 5, but somebody with a 3,000, 4,000 weekly, they're like, he's doing a little bit more than the average person's
exactly,
doing.
exactly, exactly. Let me hear the chat. Navon says, sadly, the average consumer is not gonna care as long as they get their shoes. They could care less what James Whitner does. I mean, if he ain't harming nobody like on the level of like racketeering level, he's just kind of hiding whatever his reasoning is. I mean, yeah, a lot of us aren't really probably even following this story. You know what I mean? Um, Manny with the kick says, "What's popping? Sold our family." What up, Manny?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Let's see. Long Beach says, "Yep, banks don't like to people to withdraw that much cash at once." Exactly. It's I
Because
told
now they're losing money too.
Yeah, because this the thing too with the bank stuff, right? And I learned this. I feel like I learned this way later in life than what I should. I used to think like, you put your money in the bank. They just put it back there on the shelf with your name on it. But no, no, they're using that money for long. Your money just doesn't sit there, even though you can see it digitally. Um, your money is not just sitting there physically in cash.
Technically, my check that got deposited went into your account to fulfill, your liquid amount.
Yeah, exactly.
Because technically, the bank technically they have no money of their own. Everything that they're giving out and you're withdrawing physically, the money that I withdrew came from your check. Technically,
Yeah, it's
let's just say it like that. If I go
yeah,
to the ATM and withdraw some money, it most likely probably came from your check or somebody in the chat's check because the bank has no money of their own.
yeah, some way. Like if you like say, example, when you do take out a loan from a bank, I mean, if you ever bought a car, this, that, and the third, you most likely took money from a bank unless you just had it. But if you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that interest that you pay back on that money that you just took out of somebody else's account, that's where you see like sometimes if you do have like a savings account or checking account, you see little dividends. That's your money being loaned out, and you get the bank gets most of the percentage off of the interest, but they give you just a little smidget, and it's usually 1 to 2 cents. So that's why you probably don't notice it. Yeah, like why even give it to us? But I guess some why legally they have to. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. Let's see what else we got. Looks like I think that's Mr. 314 in the building. Says Mr. I'm on year two in the building. I thought you was on okay, so Mr. I'm on year two in the building. But that's Mr. 314 in the building. What up? What up?
yeah.
Y'all definitely smash that like button. What up? Um, Long Beach Joe says, don't like to have people. I got what you were saying, homie. Let's see. Memory Kick says, sheesh, Mr. I'm my year bricks. What's up? um, Let me hit to the rest of this article real quick. It says, per documents, the government reached out from November 18, 2023 to December 17, 2023 to Whitner Flavor Factory, Jazzy Investments, and Troy's Investments to claim the money. Whitner and his team
Okay,
asked
I'll be
for.
right back. All right.
All right, cool. Do your thing. Um, Let me read through the rest of this quick. Let's see who else. Mr. 314 says, I love my bricks. Hey, to each their own, bro. If you like it, I love it. But it says Whitner and his team asked for an extension on the filing a claim for separate times, but the final deadline to the claim to the currency passed on September 13, 2024. So it looks like they just didn't follow up on the lawsuit in time, and most likely it's something either the attorney let slip through the cracks. Because I assuming that these guys have an attorney. They almost have to have an attorney working the case, bro. I see Manny with the kicks with the skull and the finger pointing up. Says it was confirmed in the filing that the government has conferred with the counsel for Mr. Whitner, which that's his lawyer. So usually that's what I say. You have that's like another. That's a thing I hate about the legal system. Like you can say lawyer, attorney, or counsel or co-counsel. All them kind of almost being similar to the same shit. It's what I hate about the legal system. And it always is like a damn. It's like a it's contradicting. That's why you end up having to get attorneys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get into my feelings about that tonight. It says it was confirmed in the filing that the government has conferred the counsel for Mr. Whitner and his business and understands that they do not intend to submit a claim in this matter. So apparently they're not trying to submit a claim. They're not trying to do anything, which is very kind of ironic to me. It says back in November 2023, a civil complaint was filed alleging that Whitner and one of Nike's top collaborators partner have resold millions of dollars of sneakers from an unnamed origin-based company to Chinese nationals. Nike is headquartered in Oregon. So that's what the original charge is for, which is ironic, bro. Yeah, it says the complaint. He says filing alleging that Whitner, one of the Nike's top collaborators, has sold millions of dollars of sneakers from an unnamed Oregon-based sneaker company. I wonder what company that was, and was it like a resale company, and then they sold it to China? I'm very curious because it's almost kind of like contradicting. Let's see, Men of the Kick. No, this is Mike Pango. What up, Mike Pango? Says keep that energy when I'm my year 95 come out. Let's hope they break too. I hope they do. Welcome back, Mr. Dunks.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but yeah, I hope that the Air Max 95s are an easy cop as well. You know, um, only thing that you
after those two, the Air Max and the Air Forces are probably gonna be their best sells.
yeah, a lot of people have talking about the Air Force Ones as well. And the only thing that you missed that I was basically just saying, like, this all pretty much came from that civil complaint that was filed alleging that Whitner and one of the Nike top collaboration partners has resold millions of dollars of sneakers from an unnamed Oregon-based sneaker company to Chinese nationals. Nike,
Hmm.
yeah. See, I didn't
An
know. Well,
unnamed Oregon-based sneaker company, huh?
now I'm very curious which one. And I was saying that before you got back on here. I'm like, I'm very curious who that could be. And I mean, I'm pretty sure we got some thoughts that come, some things that come to mind. It says the complaint alleges that Freeman helped Whitner move large amounts of cash from Chinese money carriers involved in the alleged scheme dating back to 2017.
Money laundering.
Yeah, so there you go. You basically trying to hide. I'm wondering why does he want to do that though? You know, what could be the motive? And that's just my thing. Whitner, who is,
Because
go ahead.
it's you got so much like when you got so much I don't know, Chinese money. I don't know. We have so much Chinese money coming in. You know, like it has to be converted and and concealed because
I mean,
obviously you got no real use for it here in America. You know,
yeah,
so it has to be concealed and converted through another way. You know.
true. It says Whitner, who is not facing criminal charges in the matter, did not reply to complex requests for comment. Of course not. He better shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
he good. Why am I say something before I incriminate myself?
Yeah, and like I said, it's not. This is also like we just read. This case is even if he's found guilty and loses the case, he's just gonna have to pay back a lot of money. It's not criminal, you know. He's not. This
Yeah.
is civil, so he's gonna lose a lot of money if he, you know. It's not like say like Omni situation where and it's just like Cool Kai situation in their situation. They lost, they got to pay money back, but it's not like they're facing prison time. You know, they're just in debt to Nike. You know, because they were, to the best of my knowledge, that's a civil case. Now, criminal cases is one of those. If you lose, you could be locked up.
Well, in the simple fact that like Whitner technically wasn't creating a shoe and selling it as his own. He was literally who would you call the third party in this situation? Him or the Asian market? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, he probably
You know what I'm
would
saying
be.
though? Who would
Yeah,
you call the
yeah.
third party in that situation?
It probably still would be the Asian market because I mean he got direct source to it. So I mean he's
Yeah, but like they're like a kind of like a main supplier, and
yeah.
he's you get what you get what I'm going with it.
Yeah, it's a circle. Like, yeah,
It's kind of hard to kind of like decipher and distinguish like who's what in this situation. You know,
facts. I understand. Let's see where we at. Let's see. Mr. 314 says, I got it, but it ain't worth it. He says, all right, okay. It says, Long Beach says, the bank use your money to make investments. Exactly. Yeah, nobody money just sits there. Let's see where we at. Menry Kick says, I hope so too, Polo. And let's see, 314 says, I'm going to grab the fours, but 260 after tax, I'm good. He says, yeah, it ain't worth it. I feel you.
they
Um,
say on Chappelle show investments in bonds.
yeah,
Wu Tang.
yeah. And I miss the Chappelle show, bro. Let me read this other article, then we'll transition to the Nike CEO situation and get on up out of this thing in the next 20 minutes. It says James Whitner forfeits his 1.2 million claim federally seized. Kind of just read that one. I just want to sim and see if they covered anything different. They're covering the money laundering scream. We already kind of know about that. Says the focal point of this for failure action and pretty much is $1,199,503 cash seized from the apartment of Whitner's close associate. So I'm pretty sure if Whitner's facing some time, not time, but if he's got to pay up, they're gonna pay up because the feds, I feel like, ain't no way. I'm gonna say this: if they don't pay up, they're gonna have some a lot of explaining to do. You know,
I'm just gonna say this. I don't like just looking at your place and looking at mine. I'm just gonna assume that they're no bigger than each other. You know. So what I want to know is where in that apartment were you able to keep 1.5 million? Like, because that's gonna take up a pretty good amount of space.
well, I seen him in the briefcase I think like depending on how
Well,
you get
okay,
it.
then yeah. If you got it in a briefcase, then yeah. But
Yeah,
like, if you just got it like in cash that's laid out, there's no way that you can like even hide all that. I mean, I guess it would be like a little small little brick in the corner or something, but still,
yeah,
it will be noticeable, you know.
exactly.
And to have that in cash, it ain't no way you can't tell me that you're not tempted to like just go buy something, especially if
Hell
you got
yeah,
it, especially if you got it in cash. Even if you don't need that thing that you want to buy, just because you see that money in cash, you're gonna go buy something, and it's gonna be something ridiculous that you know you don't need.
yep. That's what I said. If I hit a millie, I know I'm just go ahead and just give a trusted source like here, keep this because I know the rest of this I probably won't see it. I'm not even gonna know what I'm gonna do with it myself yet. You know.
I don't need a cyber truck, but hey, you know,
Hey, have you seen them joints in person though?
I see them all the time.
This is huge,
Matter
bro.
of Coincidentally, it's funny. One just passed by my job the other day. I see them like I see them all the time. Yeah, let's just say that. You know,
Bro, I was like, it caught me off guard. Somebody at work caught one. It's weird to me. Like it looked like it's huge though.
it
Um,
is. It is.
but let me get back to the article, then we'll transition on to the Nike situation. It says the Whitner Group issued a statement located and fully below denying the allegations, enhancing their commitment to legal compliance and transparency in inventory management. It also highlights collaboration with Nike, a major partner. This is my thing. They know something we don't know because if Nike, I feel like had any doubt that they feel like this stuff was true, I feel like they would cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Like they would drop him, like they did that with Cool Kai. Looks like we lost Dunks, but if he comes back in, I'll just keep it on here for a second. Looks like Dunks is coming back in the building. Give me like 2 seconds. I think your connection dropped. Should be back audio wise. Cool.
Yo,
Yeah, cool. We hear you. All I was saying is basically
yeah.
like,
Now
what?
just finish your saying. I literally left for like 2 seconds. So you just continue
Oh,
with the conversation. Yeah.
all right, cool. My bad. But yeah, all I'm saying is this: if Nike hasn't dropped them or cut them off like they did, who was it? The basketball player, like they did. Who am I thinking of? Where he went to like anti. I can't think of it
Oh,
right.
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie they cut him off, right? If Nike hadn't cut him off, and I think no disrespect to the I'm my year coppers, but they not bringing in sales like they used. They moving, but it's still they not selling out all the time, you know. So
Like
obviously,
literally, we got that right now. We see with the fours. You know, like we see with the fours. Just and this is kind of one of those things too that go to say that fours aren't what everybody tries to put them as. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously fours are like the best Jordans ever made, you know?
right,
This just goes to show like you can have um something as great as a four with one of the best collaborators to ever do it, you know, and like right up there like damn near with Off White, you know, when it comes to collabs, you know. They're a
right,
legendary name, is what I'm trying to get at. But
timeless for
yeah,
real.
timeless, exactly. But sometimes it just goes to show that even a legendary collab like that just don't do it. And it's kind of funny that you didn't even say anything when I said up there with Off White. You know,
I
it's crazy that you didn't say anything because usually you'll be like, I don't want all of that.
They're
But this
not.
time,
I didn't want to start a whole
no,
nother.
but this time you let it go because it's kind of true though, right? Like Amon is legendary. They've done some pretty. They're a heavyweight name in the collab world. Let's just say that.
They ain't up there with Off White, but yeah, they
Uh,
like
what? Okay, so you're not gonna put nothing above Off White, but like I tell, like people need to see the realization that if Virgil was still here, I guarantee you it wouldn't be the same effect. If the guy from Born and Raised was still here, it wouldn't be the same effect. People only give them that status after they pass. If Virgil would have still been here and the Air Force Ones that would have dropped would have came out, they would have still done the same thing that they did with it without him here. You know?
well, those Air Force Ones with the spikes was just not it, you know.
Oh, but I'm saying regardless of with him being here or not, they were gonna drop, and they were
Yeah,
still gonna do this. It was still gonna be the same effect. You know?
Yeah, I'll
It's
give you
just like I say, it's just with certain ones, you know. And like I say, with I'm on my year, they are capable of the good collabs because we've seen it. And that three, that first I'm on my year three can go up against any damn near any off white minus the Chicago's, but it can go up against almost any off white and be up there.
I'll give it on the lower end of off white. They ain't gonna go up against any. I mean, the
People,
Chicago.
like I said, once again, people only giving off white the status it got because Virgil died. So whatever.
To
That's
each their
all.
own, man. He would have still been doing his thing, man.
And
All
but
right,
it wouldn't have had the effect if he wouldn't have died. So hey,
debatable.
people only giving it that
Debatable.
legacy status because he died. If he wouldn't have died, it would have been just another collab, just like I'm on my year. Let the dude of I'm on my year die. Oh, I'm on my year is the best thing out.
Well, that happens all the time with almost anything, though. Like,
Yes, exactly. So treat this just like how you treating off white. You know, people need to do that. You know, don't just let after the person die. Now it's a legendary status. Oh, off white can't be touched. Can nobody do better than off white? So what? When Tommy Hilfiger died, people gonna say, "Oh man, Tommy Hilfiger was the best. Can nobody do better than what Tommy Hilfiger did?" You know, like that's what I'm saying. I don't get that. When people die, then the legendary status come because before that, was it what happened? Was nobody fucking with Pyrex like that? Virgil did Pyrex. Do you own anything Pyrex?
nah, come on,
Okay, then.
not
You
fair.
know, that's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to get at. You know, like, and hey, I'm gonna say Album of Year is up there with Off White when it comes to collabs. They can do some pretty good collabs. And Virgil Off White had his they've had their downfalls. Damn, what the fuck?
I put I'm my year on the level of yo. You good? Okay, cool. He'll come back in, but I put I'm my year on the level of like if I'm gonna compare him to another company. Looks like we got Dunks back in the building, but what I was saying is Dunk. I'm not gonna put on my year up there with an off white, but I'll put him up there with off white and what's the dude that does the other joint, the little
But
cream.
so what would compare to Off White for you?
It's on his own. It's a different lane. Like off white to me,
What makes Off White any different than anything else that's been done?
they
Because
just changed.
because
They
they put
changed.
the little what they changed though?
They changed the game. They deconstructed
How?
the shoe. They added the writing. They brought something different to the table that was
Okay,
unique and stood
okay, so
out.
anybody can do that.
Obviously not because it ain't
Well,
they.
actually not because clearly he did it first. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying like but what he nothing he's did nothing that was done to Off White ain't something that any other of these collab companies couldn't have easily thought of.
they weren't gonna do all that because the thing is, if you don't look at the shoe like on paper and the way he's describing, like we're gonna deconstruct it and tear the shoe up.
I see Off White kind of the same way I see Supreme. People only riding it because of the hype of it.
Well, Supreme's out of here. Basically, I ain't even been
People
keeping.
only riding Off White because of the hype and that came behind the man that died behind that brand. You know,
I'll say the price. Had he not died, the prices would be a little bit more obtainable. I'll say that.
I still gonna say that the wines are still gonna be up there with or without him being here, just because it's a
They're
wine
the
and
best.
it was a part of the
It's the
original
best.
drop.
It's the
You
best.
know,
It's the best.
but a lot, like I say,
That's all right.
a lot of the hype came behind him passing away. Rest in peace, Virgil.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Virgil, man. Let's see. Manny says, "Run it up, Bing Bong." Long Beach says, "I doubt they cut James off. Atmos and Trophy Room have been caught red-handed backdooring sneakers, and Nike did nothing." Okay, this is true. We know Trophy Room. We've seen the pictures of the hotel situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna dive into that. That we'll never get off the lie. Let's see. Mike Pango says, "So glad the CEO stepped down. Dude has no clue why Nike is successful." My thing is this, and I'm gonna say about
Or while they're failing.
that too. I'm gonna say this. He did. I'm gonna give him his flowers real quick of what he did do, or at least attempt to do. Yeah, he clearly the man don't know sneakers like that, but he knows business and what he brought to the table. Remember, let's take it back before he came up. We had that situation with what's the lady's name and her son that was going around pretty much getting all the shoes like for cheap and then using the company credit card. And then we were complaining about the botting and situation where we couldn't even cop a sneaker, and it seems like she wasn't addressing it. He did attempt to address
He
it.
worked all that out.
Yeah, he worked that, but that's all he could do. He got that cleaned up to
But
the best.
that was a big problem for
Right.
the time, and he got rid of it. You know.
Right. And that's why I want to give him, hey, we got to at least get, and look, some cops going to be hard, whether they have bot protection or not. But at least now he got it where, to be honest, if you looking for majority of the shoes you want, you can cop, which is what we were asking for. And he even put the little splash screen up, said checking for bots, doing that on the third. And it seems like people did hit a little bit more than before, but they were saying it's still even really hard to do and not necessarily cheap to do, to have somebody come in and do the bot protection thing. So that's what he tackled, right? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna give him credit. Let's give him credit for that. Now, as far as innovation, which he, let's say that's where he got the hit from, the most, where it's like, yo, there's bring something, do something different. All right, cool. We ain't worried about the bot stuff. What else you got? It seemed like he couldn't bring that up to the forefront.
Like I say, once again, I feel like this is all across the board, that these higher ups, when they get to these jobs, they're on like contractual jobs to see what they can do in the allotted time that they're given. And if the performance is there, then they get an extension. If not, then we gave you your 2 years to see what you could do. Nothing really happened, so we're gonna go with the next candidate.
Right. And ironically, the next candidate they're saying is Nike veteran Elliott Hill. So I do have an article or 5 things we can just go over it real quick, and then we'll talk to John Donahoe, which is kind of hand in hand. So pretty much the next person up that's going to be taking a shot. Can they change the game and get Nike back? Now, I also seen where somebody posted in the Sold Out Discord where now that the CEO has changed, the stock has risen back up. So ironically, so if you did shop got some stock while I was down, should be seeing some increases now, hopefully, or at least breaking even or whatever they call it over there. I'm not a stock market master. Where we at, Devon says John Donahoe did capitalize in 2020 during the pandemic, but the issue was he kept telling the Nike team to release the same recycled colorways and overkill the market with the same shoes, which some colorway, I mean, I feel like he could have at least gave us a shoe that we really, really want, at least one that we wanted each and every year. Some of the hype is just like they missed the mark, The collabs, like with Union, them trying to bring it, they missed the mark too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where you would have to check for the Unions on the recent market. Like when you took that L, you'd be like, I'm not looking for them anywhere else. And then we saw, what's the last one they did? I can't even think of that model. But they did like a 3 different colorway where some people did cop. I forgot what it was.
Union?
Yeah, Union. It was like
it's like that one Nike, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even think of it. But because it's not even a model I would wear on a regular. But that one was somewhat obtainable, And I know they did that Jordan 1 joint, right? Like that, what was it, like a green Nike check and white, something like that. I think it was, and it had like that little logo on there or something like that. So they've done some interesting collabs. But let me hit the rest of this. Let me hit the rest of the chat real quick. Where we at? Let's see. Mike Pango says, what really fell off? The Union ones, I think all they do are ones, and the baseball stitching was trash in my opinion. Yeah, that one was trash. That was the one he did that was inspired by his wife. If you remember that one.
Beauty shop.
Yeah, the beauty shop joint, yeah. Because now they went back to some of the old designs, just a new colorway. And then see, Devon says, plus the lack of innovation killing the Jordan 1s and 4s. I mean, they tried the innovation, but they're missing on that too. Like, I didn't want to see an even lower 4, what those are RM shits. No disrespect for the people that got them, and they may be more comfortable than the original 4, but it ain't it. But then again, yeah, I don't like those. And then if you look at when they did where I'm at, they did certain Jordan 1s with different technology, like that Zoom Air, that didn't take off either like they wanted, But they tried, but they're just missing the mark. Like who talks about the Tiana Taylors?
What I'm pretty mad about is just kind of like, because it's kind of like a soft spot both ends for me. I don't, and this is just me. I don't like the Jordan 1 and anti-hero, and you know what I'm talking about. The anti-hero Jordan 1s that they're doing.
I gotta look them up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
but
them up.
obviously you know what Jordan 1s are, and you know what anti-hero is.
Correct.
I just feel like it could have been done way better, especially with them both uh, being such legendary brands.
Yeah, anti-hero. I'm just looking them up because I gotta see. Oh, okay, cool. Let me see. Like the Deadpool joint thing. That's what they have on here for this joint. Hold on, look. Yeah, I don't really see like you talking about which one? It's like a white joint.
Yeah, it's like mostly all white. The shoes like pretty much looks
Yeah,
dingy if anything.
yeah. It looks like a little dingy, and then it's like got the logo anti-hero on the back heel. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like they could have, you know what I'm saying? Like with both of them bringing like legendary brands, I feel like that we could have gotten some more, like especially more skateboarding or themed, if anything.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Definitely, yeah, they could have did a lot more. They could have did better. It's room for improvement.
Yeah,
That's
and trust me, coming from both worlds, you know what I mean.
it. Yeah, most definitely. I think I had an anti-hero skateboard, you know.
Oh, did you?
I'm I'm positive.
I just remember a lot of Element.
Yeah. I had element. I started skating those more, but I think that was like my runner up. And probably pretty much, yeah, I think I had that one. Yeah, I had a lot of them. And then remember I got into Baker heavy. Like Baker was my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
for a
bro,
minute.
come on now. You already know Baker.
Yeah. But yeah, let me hit the rest of the chat real quick. It says, let's see where we at.
What
Um,
block you want?
Mike Pingo says everyone capitalized off the pandemic. Don't give him credit for that. We all had decks coming. We all had checks coming in, and almost all stock went up at that time. This is true. But he still tried, as far as like the bot protection, which we were complaining about. And it's better to have that than versus allegedly somebody's son using a company credit card, making it worse for us even more. You know, that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? But that's something that we can keep in mind too. I don't want us to let that slip through the cracks because that lady just bowed out and just went out quietly, which I don't blame her. Where we at? Says Devon says the born and raises. If he didn't pass away, the SBs wouldn't be the price they are now
Exactly,
on
that's
the
what I'm
resale
saying.
market. Okay.
Right, exactly, yeah. And the same thing with a lot of those off whites.
Yeah, I mean, but that's anything though, man. Everybody, even like
And
you,
that's all I was trying to get across. Like I say, like yeah, they're good collabs, but they've been put in these statuses of they can't be touched or nothing's better than them, only because the creator have died. But if Off White was still here, there would really be no difference between what he's doing, what Amamayer is doing. It's
yeah,
just that Virgil's doing that little extra detail that you know that it's a different shoe. You know?
exactly. Yeah, he's taking that extra limit. And Long Beach says, and Herbert and her son. Yeah, that's the person I was talking about where they would, remember we covered that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Devon says the worst fall offs and sneaker collaboration Union and Jerry Lorenzo. And that's what I was gonna compare.
Man, that's right. Yo, yeah, if Lorenzo come up in any conversation, man, if you got money for fear of God, then damn. Because this dude just fucking raping motherfuckers,
Yeah. I was gonna compare him to my year.
I want to compare Lorenzo to Louis Vuitton. Like, damn,
I looked at
he charge
it.
you Louis Vuitton pricing damn near.
Yeah, for some plain Jane like pale
I
shit.
get the originality and I get that it's a shoe from the ground up, coming from Adidas perspective, you know.
Yeah, but I'm
But
good.
when you try to go switch that, no, I'm sorry, no. When it's coming from Nike, because he was with Nike first. Now you want to go switch to Adidas and take the damn near the same shoe over there.
Yeah. And then I was thinking more so if you look at the merch, super plain Jane. And they taxing for that too for
Like I
its
said,
own.
Essentials is way better. I fuck with Essentials more than I fuck with the actual Fear of God brand.
Yeah, well, that Fear of God brand tax, bro.
I mean, essentials too. So
Yeah, but it's like stills. I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe I need to try it to give it a shot. Where we at real quick? Let's see where we at. Devon says the worst fault. We were at that one. Many of the Kick says, while on my gear we're sleeping on off white. Says Long Beach says Nike hasn't been innovative in years. The fact that they thought they were playing the limited game would work forever is bad business. The economy is going into the garbage. Nike needs to wake up. This is true. One thing I think when they dropped the ball, I mean, I understand why they raised prices, but I mean, certain shoes you just had to leave alone. You know, that's where I feel with it. Hell, they are already taxing too much, in my opinion. Um, Devon says, you know what's crazy? If I'm my year kept releasing the same colorways like burgundies and blacks, people gonna get tired of them. Exactly. You know, that's why I said that. I know burgundy or maroonish, that's their color, that's their theme. But at the same time, you know, we do want to see something slightly different. Now, I
Nike,
think,
I'm on my year should just did what they did and release the 1, 2, 3, 4 pack and just did it in that same colorway. How they pretty much did everything up until they got to the fours for some odd reason, and that one had to go to all fucking purple. When clearly you guys were doing that, like 1, 2, and 3 were damn near the same shoe. Then
yeah,
you guys got to the four and said, let's just do it all purple. Just stick to the same fucking theme that you guys are already on, and just pretty much literally just slap the color scheme from the threes, just incorporate that onto the fours. Then now guess what? Close the doors. This is what I'm on my year did for Jordan. We'll let our fucking legacy and our work speak for itself at this point.
yeah, I'm very curious how the deal is structured because obviously they're doing it that way for a reason. They got to push out product.
I mean, I'm
Um,
sure they gotta probably. Well, what we've only seen what up to the five. Well, no, I'm sorry. Actually, we've seen up to the Jordan. Well, I can't even remember the name, the
17.
number, the Jordan 17. So clearly they have a deal that far out.
Yeah, so kind of crazy. Where we at? Let's see. Manu Kick says facts divine. Long Beach says other brands have gotten bigger and people aren't dealing with Nike's shenanigans anymore. Divine Photo says when John Donahoe allowed other brands like Asics, Saucony, New Balance to surpass them in sales by messing up relationships with retailers like Foot Locker. Yeah, remember he at one point to cut them off and then put them back. Yeah, some stuff like they had. That's a automatic moneymaker for you, you know. But
Yeah, and that's all cool for all these other brands, but do you really think that all these other brands are going to stay in the spots they're in?
nah, I
Especially
mean,
with ASIC. Especially, like I say, I'm not going to continue to argue this. ASICs won't be here this time next year. They won't be doing what they're doing. So, yeah, go ahead and give them the shine they got now. Of course, now they don't have it, but I guarantee you, this time next year, ASICs are going to be right back to where they were.
whatever. Originally doing. I mean, they,
Only because ASICs is another option right now. But once people get tired of buying the same ASICs, then they're gonna, just naturally, gradually, you'll see them finding their way back to Jordan.
yeah, possibly. Especially with a new CEO in there, I'm very curious how it's gonna. And he's been working for quite some time. So, um, where we at real quick says Devon says people realize that there are other brands besides Nike, which is why Nike is struggling in sales. Looks like we got Doc in the building. Says salutes. What up, Doc?
Yep.
Says Nike JB just don't use good material. Says charge a premium. So they're saying basically they charge premium prices for not so great premium products. Um, Man with the Kick says same shoe, different companies. Come on now, Jerry shaking my head. Mike Pango says Jerry makes shit that only he looks good in. I don't see anyone look good in his Fear of God line. You can't be short. You can be short out of luck shape when wearing his stuff. And see, Manu the Kick says dead ass Mike Pango. And let's see, Devon says, I give Ye credit for pushing runners get on the market. I mean, Ye definitely did his thing, but it's crazy how all that's going down. But Let's touch this article. 5 things to know you need to know about the new CEO, Elliott Hill, and then we'll talk upcoming releases and wrap things up here real quick. And I'll just pretty much start the basics right here. So it says he started as an intern. So pretty much I'm just hitting the highlights of this joint. He is then the co-founder of Sandlot baseball team that Austin Moon Towers. So obviously he's
Sound
well,
like that's a movie. I think
yeah,
he's the owner of the
exactly.
Somewhat baseball team.
Yeah, I
Shout out
remember.
to PF Flyers.
Hey, I rock with it.
Yeah.
He says he auctioned and matched his collection of rare samples and PEs to benefit youth charity, raising more than 2.1 million. So they're pretty much saying why this guy deserves the spot. Um, Ironically, look who comes up. It says he led the Dream Crazy campaign for Colin Kaepernick, narrated. Yeah, I mean, had to throw in something like that, right? It says, as a Dallas based sales rep, he drove more than 60,000 miles a year in a minivan selling Nike shoes and visiting his retail partners. Okay, so he put in the footwork. He's been there since the doors, And ironically, why didn't this guy get it before? If he's got all this great accolades going on for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not surprised to see a CEO change, but I feel like it was time, and now they're making Donahoe go out looking like just retiring, so to speak, because he said he's just stepping down. You know, um, but pretty much, let me put us back on the main screen. We'll talk a little bit of upcoming releases and wrap things up here for tonight. We've been on this joint for like an hour and 6 minutes, man. Appreciate y'all for being active in the chat. This definitely was a good one and smooth one. Probably even on Wednesday, I'll probably touch on this a little bit more because I see I didn't want to hit everything I wanted to hit. Um, Long Beach says, why would ASICs fall down the ladder? If anything, they'll continue to grow. They're cheaper than Nike, more comfortable, easier to get. Why would people stop buying them?
Because A6 is a trend right now. You got because you got to go off something that has concrete legacy. Like people will be more inclined to go buy Adidas over Asics because of the legacy that they know is behind it. People are only on that Asics here today, gone tomorrow. Like I say, once again, Ace is not gonna be here next year. People, like I say, people may can say what they want. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they won't. But me, I'm still gonna go off that Asics is only hot this year because, like I say, because there was another option other than Jordan. But they don't have that legacy. They don't have that long-standing um, fan favoritism that Jordans have, that Adidas have. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that. I'm not because obviously AC is doing their thing, and obviously they're doing something that's still around. But just the hot trend that they're on right now, that trend is gonna run out of steam, and it's gonna run out of steam fast. Because like I say, yeah, that's cool. They releasing some cool colorways. They doing some cool collabs with other like with Marvel and all that. But at the end of the day, it's still that same basic running Asics that even the military wear. So let's just keep it 100 at that. That's really what's gonna boil down to you wearing the military running shoes. You know,
Yeah, I can see that, but
that's never gonna compare to a Jordan. Never, ever
I
in
mean,
any day.
nah, they ain't gonna get on that level. But I
And
mean,
it's not gonna get to a level to where whatever even be thought about. It's gonna get to a level of what it is right now. That hey, yeah, it's hot right now. We can charge at most 250, and that's doing good. That's good. That's good for
bro,
them to resell at that.
stall him out, Debo. Stall him out, bro. Chill. Chill.
Okay, I'll stop there.
Ew, stall him out, dog. Let's see. Manny with the kick says, I see Asics, New Balance plus Hoka, which is that HOKA joint, doing their thing until Nike get it together, which it seems like this guy's been in a game where he should get it back where they want to be. Devon says the BS with Travis Scott starts next week, even though there's allegedly high stock. Those Travis, which we are going to transition to upcoming releases anyway. So good job right there, Devon. I will try for them retail, but I
Which
ain't.
Travis's? Which ones?
They're going to be the
Oh yeah,
medium.
the reverse olives.
Medium olive is what the
Medium
name is.
olives. Yeah.
But yeah, same tomato. But yeah, medium olives. I'm surprised you ain't had them on the radar, Dunks. But I mean, it's not
I'm
really.
waiting for the chocolate ones that he's dropping later in the year.
You
That's it.
want those shits?
Yeah, what you mean? Yeah.
Oh, I saw them. So I'm like, no, thank you. Ew. Yeah, I'm good. To each their own, you know.
I mean, they're
Divine.
better than the Elkins and the Goff, in my opinion.
All right. Let's see. I'm not going there, man.
I'm
Divine.
not trying to go. You mean going where?
I'm not going there. You want to argue? I'm not.
I'm not trying to argue, brother. I'm just telling you why. I'm just telling you my opinion.
The Goffs, I'll let you slide. Because if you think about the Goffs, and then you got the medium olive, and then you got the original olive, all them low key look the same.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I will say that.
I don't know, man, because that bottom of them Goffs, I can't get with that shit.
Yeah, but if you place them all flat out on a surface and don't look at the bottom of the shoe, they all kind of look the same. Now I don't know how a golf shoe feels, but people say they can't tell no difference in the wearability. But
I feel like a cleat.
yeah, I don't know.
You know, I know it's not a cleat. Even if I had them on, I would feel like I'm wearing a cleat.
I feel you. Let's see. Devon says the new generation don't mess with the Jordans like that. We love the OGs, but the new generation into anything that trends. This is true, and that's what kind of what Dunk's getting at. The Asics are kind of trending. That's kind of the thing, you know. I could see that. Let's see. Manny got the skull in there. So upcoming releases. Anything that I'm looking for in particular.
Hold on, wait. So I just gotta speak on this before you get on it. So you say it's into trending. So okay, so what? They're saying like this new generation, they're gonna age these Asics like we age our Jordans, like how you know what I'm saying? So are those Asics gonna hold up in 20 years like Jordans are? Is that what's gonna be talked about in this new generation?
It's gonna be how we look at it, like how we talked about Fila. Like we give them the flowers, but I mean we don't talk about them often.
I can get that. And that's kind of where Asics. That's I can kind of see where they will be in that brief here today, gone tomorrow moment where they're still gonna get their recognition. You know.
Yeah, they're gonna get their respect. Like I ain't gonna even put them on the level of what they'll be like what Reebok is.
No, they're not even gonna get Reebok respect.
Yeah, they're gonna get the Fila joint in.
Yeah, they're gonna get Fila respect. Yeah, or Saucony respect, like that type of respect.
Yeah, and Fila had some heavy hitters over there. Like they had Grant Hill. He was one of the best.
They had, but it's still not Reebok.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be that argument, you know.
And then you can Google Tupac and Fila all over the place. So I mean, they had their run, and then they had the songs where "Forever I Love," you know, like they had their own anthems going on over there. So they had a run. You know, I'm gonna give them their credit. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at with them. Let's see. Long Beach says, I remember no one checking for Adidas, and then Kanye had selling everything crazy. I don't Asics will fall off the cliff at all. Nike is making changes for a reason. They feel the impacts of the brands. I mean, yeah, they gotta make some changes because, like we said,
he don't think Asics will fall off.
Yeah, he said he don't think Asics will fall off. If they don't fall off, they're gonna plateau, which means level out. Like, okay, cool, they're gonna reach a boom.
Okay, all right. Hey, I guess I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking off the board, but I don't see where nothing that Asics is doing is ever gonna compare or even be put on a level of anything that even Reebok or Adidas even did. Like, there's no way that you can tell me, hey, take me out right now. If there's ever a spot where the Asics and Jordan are in the same conversation.
No, it's different. It's apples.
So, but I'm saying, like, I don't get why that's a thing right now. It's just so weird to me that Asics are even like, and it's like I say, once again, it's the Asics that you see the military wearing. It's the Asics that you see the dads wearing. They all where in this world somewhere did that become comparable to a Jordan, to where people will pick up a Jordan like, now I'm gonna get the Asic instead.
Yeah, true. Where we at? Long Beach says those young kids wear Crocs, Asics, Hoka, and designer, etc. They aren't into Jordan. Like they're not, but I still feel like Jordan them can still be around for the long haul.
Yeah, but a lot of those kids also aren't buying their own shoes.
Yeah, this is true. A lot of the people were getting them for the kids. I guarantee
you, if it was by choice, they most likely wouldn't even be getting Asics.
Yeah.
If it was their own money being spent, they probably wouldn't even get Asics either.
Yeah, that's true. Long Beach says New Balance is up as well. They've been doing all right with Joe Fresh Good.
Oh, New Balance is always. I feel like New Balance always had its own lane. Anyway, I just feel like now, with the rise of how things are, they just slid into that. Well, we're going to take advantage while we can, you know.
Yeah,
But New Balance has always been doing this thing, just like Asics, but they've always been in a certain category that has now been crossed over. Now the gym heads can't even get their shoes.
yeah, true.
And that's crazy. That's saying you're starting to take over um
Market.
different categories, different, niches.
Yeah, I respect it. I got some New Balances in there for the gym rotation. I don't hate them.
Yeah, but exactly. But gym shoes, and you'll see the same dude wearing them as street shoes.
Yeah, I have seen that as well.
And it'll be like, what? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's how I see the Asics right now. You guys are literally just taking them out of the gym and put them on the street.
yeah, I don't get it, but yeah, that's when I think of Aces. I just think of running. But that's just me. Um, but yeah, let's go and wrap things up for tonight. Only other thing I can think for upcoming releases, nothing particular. We do have the Travis Scott's coming next week. And then we got the Columbia 11s or the Legend Blues coming in December. And pretty much, yeah, nothing major on the radar right now that I'm checking for unless you got something, Dunks.
Just the Fear Fours,
The Fear
and
Force.
the Travis, these chocolate mochas, whatever you want to call them,
Okay.
and just whatever SBs got to drop.
Okay.
So
Cool.
pretty much it for me. Close the year out.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it subtle too, man.
So at most, probably like 4 more pair of shoes to close the year out.
Yeah, I'm trying to chill, man. I'm trying to keep it very simple. Devon says next month is the Black Toe Reimagines. I do retail on. I'm not gonna break my neck for them, but I'll go.
I only want them because of the box. Low key, that's the only reason I would go for it.
I like the shoe. I like the shoe.
I like the shoe too, but the box is more of a if I'm gonna buy them, that's what I'm gonna buy them for it right now. That's how I'm feeling, just because the box.
I feel you. But other than that, man, let's go and wrap this thing up here for the night. Appreciate everybody coming through and showing love. Y'all definitely smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're new. If you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. And y'all know we got Music Monday again on Monday. See you guys then. Definitely got more content on the way. Until then, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up, where we continue to sneaker talk, music talk, and whatever in between, right? Okay, pause. Other than that, we'll see you guys again on Monday, and I'm going to let my homie Dunks take us out for the night.
Hey, thanks everybody for joining us. It was a good one. Like I said, we got those Amamayers coming up. We got the Travises coming up. And once again, I've been bringing up every live, since we pretty much hit the later ends of the year. Like I say, once again, I'm going to bring this up until I don't have to anymore. We are, like I say, in that holiday season. So like I say, just be careful out there. And if there are things that you want to start grabbing, I suggest getting them now because, you don't want to be disappointed, on December 23rd when you try to get them and it's sold out, So if you can, like I say, just try to start knock some of your shopping out now. Like I say, me personally, that's what I'm doing because, like I say, I know how these streets can get. And particular things that I'm in the that I'm out there shopping for, I'm not the only one that wants them. Let's just say that, So I try to go ahead and get all that out the way early. But yeah, besides that, everybody just enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. So I think we're out of here on that one, man.
All right, man. We're officially out, man. Peace.
Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.